We're flying level, maximum throttle. Collective won't go to more than 0.76, is that right? Is that the gyro stabilizing the collective?
You're not exactly gaining a lot of horizontal speed, are you?
Did about 26, not bad.
But have you seen your fuel gauge?
Yeah, the fuel's getting completely destroyed. But I'm not in second gear yet, I'm still stabilized in first gear. You set the limit to 20 for what, Dr. D? That's second gear.
I mean, if you look at the rotors, they look like they're actually doing what they should do, aren't they?
Yep. But the fuel burn is just insanity.
That is, I've never seen a fuel burn like that. So is your second gear higher torqued for better lift rather than speed?
I don't know, it's just got a number in it. It's the maximum ratio I can put in. Set what to 35 to 40? So if I throttle down, like I'm just burning a lot less fuel. My engine RPS is down. RPS to 20, the rotor drag will stop you getting higher than that. So there's no point setting it higher. So I'm going to despawn.
Okay. Jack, I think I found one of your boats that you're flying around.
Okay, cool.
Sierra and LI one.
I can't add a second gearbox easily, Mr. Yomi.
Yeah, I think
There's
we left
not
one
much
up the north
space in there.
somewhere.
There really isn't
Yeah,
much
I just
space.
found it. Happened to go on the map and find a vehicle.
So what am I doing here? Because am I, like, you're all saying
the
different
pump's more
things. Are we
effective now.
changing the engine? Are we changing the throttle? Are we changing the gearbox? I don't understand what our objective is. I just want to burn as little fuel as possible and go faster. That's my objective. Limit the engine to 30. Limit the engine RPS to 30 to 35. It's like 35 RPS, yeah? And bring the gear ratio down like that. That's annoying. I can't actually lift the rotor blade up without bringing the tail section with it. How annoying is that? So actually raising this up to put the gearbox in is actually quite tricky because it's going to bring all of that with it. Yeah, I'll have to delete the rotor first. Alright, let's try that first. Okay, stabilized, max 35 RPS. Fuel burn is still pretty high. I don't think the engine needs to run at 35. No, I think you're right, Dr. D. I think the lower RPS is better. Josh H20, welcome back, dude. Fuel burn right now is based solely off, what, RPS you mean? Yeah, I think it might be. I think you might be right. See, if we're limiting the RPS, then we can effectively just make the throttle maximum. Quite possibly. Gyro limits your collectors, which means you can't go more than 26 unless you turn it off. Why is there no way to, like, change that setting? Why are there no options for that? Has nobody done a better gyro? Like, as a microcontroller? One that lets you kind of put more settings in there. I don't know how much do you own it. I don't know how you do that. Oh, Zugoku, not something I got you. Too many full stops. Bots, eh? Set engine RPS to 100. Go max gear, max ratio, and check RPS. Alright, thanks for your help, Mr. Zugoku. Well, that gives us like 25 nearly, which is slightly slower, but a much better fuel burn. Much better fuel burn. No, what it is because he put 5 full stops in his sentence, it takes that as symbol spam, I think. I'm not sure. Who knows how it works? Arrows towards the rotor, towards the engine. Let's have a look. Arrows towards the engine is what I was told to do. I don't know if that's the right way or not. Can you explain what the difference is? Real Beast, thank you for 26 months.
Always arrows towards the engine.
Do we need to sleep to get more missions?
Yep.
Yeah, I think so. I'm building at the moment.
Right, I'll jump over to a bed then. I'm sleeping.
In bed.
Hang on.
Arrow towards is speed, other way is for torque. So I've got it the right way, haven't I, really?
I think your boat needs some calibration, Jack.
Okay, I'm sleeping.
Transfer. Fisher person. I love it. It's a Fisher person. See you, Dr. D.
Doing this in my boat, or are you gonna come on the boat?
Where is this person? That's quite a trek. Looks like a chopper mission to me.
Do you have a working chopper yet?
Yep. Ready to go.
I'll race you then.
Alright. Yeah, I'll take it you've already set out.
No, I've only just left the boat hangar.
Out.
Oh, and he's changed his spawn position as well.
Oh yeah, sorry. Was I meant to spawn at the furthest location? Oh, it's that kind of
Well,
race.
I thought you were going to spawn at the furthest location. It gave me half a chance then.
Thanks. Let's test it out, shall we? Let's have a look, Mr. Yorney. Gearbox ratio guide. I shall digest that later, Mr. Yorney, thank you. I see your vehicle.
Do you?
Yep.
You're in visual range.
On the map. Not visual.
Oh.
How's your fuel burn?
I'm still got 2,000. I've burned just over 150. Well, I think, Tribble, that's why you have the gear ratios. So you can, if you want, like, if I wanted to have more lift, I could drop a gear and get more torque, I assume.
Yeah, so couldn't you in theory fit 2 gearboxes in, but one facing the other way?
I don't know what that would do. Probably equalise each other out, maybe.
If you're only using the second ratios, then obviously you have to switch them on to switch to those ratios. So if you leave all the first ratios at 1, you might be able to do something, but it'll be complex.
I hear a horn of sorrow.
Yeah, I'm literally 300 meters behind you.
On the wrong side of the island, though.
I just then pulled round.
Like a glove. Banana Sloth, thank you for 25 months. Yay! Do you know, the weather in this game tonight has been nothing but snowstormy cloud.
Yeah, that's been a bit bad.
Like, how many times have we seen the horizon properly?
Once, maybe?
In Scotland, though.
Only burned 400 litres.
Oh.
Actually, no, 300. GPS is not what we need. Heading hold. That's the next thing to get. See if we can see any boxes on the island.
Yeah, your transfer is going to be pretty interesting too.
Why?
Because haven't you got to transfer him to a boat?
I'm not sure.
Transfer fisher person to the fishing boat.
Is that an oil rig though?
Nope. It's a little tiny boat.
If it's an oil rig, I can just land on that. Is the tail just too long? If it was shorter, it'd just hit the rotor blade though, wouldn't it? So, if you look at the gap between the tail rotor and the main rotor, I don't think that's too much. But I'm not a helicopter engineer, so I'm not sure. See it, Tommy? Oh, this is the weird runway in the middle of nowhere. I don't quite understand this island. Like, why would you land there?
Secret squirrel spot.
I could perhaps understand it if it was a science center or an observation tower or something, but it's just a runway with a hangar. It's almost like James Bond villain territory where the base is underneath.
Die with the bomb.
Exactly. Yeah, if you overshoot, good luck with
Welcome
that.
to my secret island. It's only spottable if you have ISA.
1.1k. Okay, this is going to be tricky just because it's at night. Yeah, it's a boat.
Yay!
If only I had somebody with me right now instead of that person jumping around in a boat.
Yeah, that'd be useful, wouldn't it? I would suggest that you gain a load of height and go for a free fall whilst grabbing the person on the way out.
Or you could hover directly above the top of the boat, like almost landing on it, and then reset the chopper back to the workshop, and the dude will just drop down on the deck.
Sure.
Ouch.
We now have a fully working firebird.
Medical bed.
Yeah, that worked.
I want a medical bed for my chopper. Now, if only I had a winch on this thing.
It's almost like you need a harness.
Yeah, but this is the cargo version.
It's always an excuse with you, isn't there?
We need to sleep now.
I'm in bed.
Kirby, I think you mean early 2019. And I personally would take that with a pinch of
tree
salt.
anchor, that's fun.
What do we need for that?
Winch.
Like a chopper winch?
Well, a long winch.
An anchor sounds pretty heavy.
Yeah.
Have you still got your boat with the 8 winches attached to each other?
No, but I can add some winches onto it again. It still has the main winch.
I'm not going to rotate the gearbox, Emil. There's no point. Add 5 normal winches attached to each other. What? Does that actually work? That's insane. Attaching winches to each other, that's just hacks.
That's what Jack does.
It's just pure hacks.
Yep.
Shouldn't be allowed.
Programmable, and it requires logic to do. What's wrong with that? Are you ready to steam out, Jack? Because it's quite a way away.
Will be in a minute.
It's 10k from where you are currently.
Cascade, thank you for the host.
Just wiring up the winches now.
Okay. Yeah, don't forget the winch speed, probably.
Oh yeah.
That's one of those things that I always forget now. So does it need a small connector for a magnet connection or something?
Sorry, what?
Does it need like a small connector for the mag connector?
Small connector locks the small connector. The one that locks to anything is called connector all.
Oh,
all
you
connector.
stupid game. Oh my god. Tell you what, if I put a block there, it's probably going to be a lot. Let me put a block.
On deck.
Okay.
Do you have scuba outfit on this? Or diving? Yeah, that's
Yeah,
fine.
it should be.
That's right, isn't it? So then we put the rotor blade attaching to that, basically.
Is 6 horns really necessary?
You tell me.
Doesn't like that. For whatever reason, it doesn't like that.
You having fun there?
I was actually just checking that it was working, to be fair.
Happy anniversary, Nutter.
I don't think you're fitting enough lights underneath this boat, Jack.
Well, Paul demanded underwater lights, so he got them.
Yeah, him and his underwater lights, right?
Somehow it's my fault.
Isn't it always?
Well, apparently. And then when I say it's not, I'm like, oh, excuses again. You can't win.
Salty much?
See what I mean? And then when you challenge the logic, you get accused of being salty. You literally can't win.
That's definitely some salt.
I would have thought having a wife and 2 daughters, you wouldn't bother to try and win any.
Well, you make a good impression of a woman. That's all I can say.
Oh, damn.
Oh, he went there.
Oh, you win there. I think that works. The joys of being squirrel. Wait. It's fine. To wireless up in a minute. Shots fired.
So the question is, do you think 5 is going to be enough?
I'm hoping it is.
Well,
That's going to give some good depth. I'm worried about getting there in time.
we should get there in time. How's the fuel situation with you now?
I now have 18 fuel tanks instead of just the 6.
Okay.
So, fuel's good.
18 fuel tanks.
But
Yeah.
they're all small fuel tanks. They're not the large ones by the looks of
They're
it.
medium.
They're medium, are they? Okay.
Yeah, I've still got some reworking. We've unlocked a few things today, so I've got some reworking to do again.
Yeah.
And I'm going to make a hybrid version of this as well.
Ooh, look at that cheeky gap there. Where the rad is. How annoying is
So I
that?
take it your azimuth props don't turn as well.
We don't have any rotator blocks yet.
Ah, of course.
It's beautiful. It's like a work of art. Do you know a group who like simulating games or are like 18 to 20 plus? Or chat? I'll have to say no to that. Right. Power.
You got a really good shape for that chopper now, Paul, but it looks like someone's stolen the back end of it.
Stolen the back end, what do you mean?
It's got really nice kind of shape to it, and then it just suddenly comes to a blunt end, and then there's a really long tail sticking out. It looks like it needs more at the back.
Yeah, I mean, I can build it out. I was always cautious about putting too much weight on it initially, if you remember, because it wouldn't take off in the early days.
Yeah, that was fun.
So the water pumps seem slightly better.
Yeah, they've got a good bit of range on them now, and power.
I take it that's pumping straight from the sea.
Yes.
Right, so now I've got 2 gears. We need some buttons for these gears. Seat cabin behind the engine. What, back here? Blimey. If you remember the early days, this thing used to be a lot longer. And then it wouldn't take off, so we had to reduce the weight. But it turned out the engine and torque settings were wrong. But that's a learning curve. Right, what's this on? That's on 1 for the hotkey. That's on 2. Where does 2 go? God, I wish I could just remove some detail from this. I don't think 2 is being used, which is brilliant, because we can use 2 for second gear.
So your generator engine, Jack,
Yeah.
Hotkey
got
1.
supposedly a fuel and air
Gear
and an
1.
exhaust problem.
Hotkey 2.
Yeah, it's just because
Yeah,
it's revving
so-
low, so it's only taking in a small amount of each at the moment,
Okay.
because they're set as percentages.
Yeah, that you've got 18%
Hotkey
on the
3
fuel,
goes
air,
to the
and exhaust.
instrument lighting.
Which is what I've got on the throttle.
Hotkey
Okay.
4 goes
And I think I
to
found a
internal
random bit of
lighting.
pipe as well.
A random bit of pipe.
Down in the engine room, you've got like blocks stacked up in the corner,
Instrument lights.
Yeah.
and on the right side there's a bit of pipe
Internal
sticking
light.
up randomly.
Oh yeah, I can see it.
5 goes to the external lights, I think.
Oh, the hatch bug.
No, 5 is nav lights.
I'm out.
5k to go.
6 is external lights. So now I just got to set the ratios.
Super chopper can lift this whole tug out of the water. Just carry us there. Make
This
the
is on
journey quicker.
2325. I don't know what to put this on.
Happy anniversary, Natter.
Any thoughts on what to put this on? Ferrobird, 20 months. Nope, the time can't go this fast. I almost got 2 years since I subbed. Can you please
You
slow
make, like,
down
a whole
time?
range of attachments. To,
If I could, Ferrobird,
attach
I
to
would.
the winch underneath. For different
Actually,
jobs.
you want to slow it down when it's good and speed it up when it's boring. We're in advanced mode, Zerb. You can tell by the piping and stuff going on. What's the collective range on your seat set to?
Have we not had any problem with the water on the deck with them?
That would be the...
No, should be fine.
It's not set to
Water
anything.
never really gets on the deck.
Because it
too
goes
high
through
up.
the stabilizer.
I didn't know if you've had like big waves.
Won't really affect it with
Let's see.
that kind of water. It's only when it gets submerged.
2, 3, and 2, 5. Let's put on the same. Come on, autosave. Cool, so down the left now I get all that information. So I can go 4 interior lights, 5 nav lights, 6 external lights. Whoa! Holy cow. What the?
What?
I don't know that I started up and it just lifted off on its own.
New torque.
Okay. Oh, I know why I didn't set the blade pitch.
Lol.
That's why. Because I put a new blade, a new main rotor on there, didn't set it properly. Okay, so if the RPS builds up to 20 and then I put it into first gear, let the RPS build back up. And then try second gear.
$2K away.
As if this boat's emptied 3 tanks of fuel. 4 tanks of fuel.
Yep.
5 tanks of fuel, I can count in a minute.
Mr. Yoni, you don't get notified, it just gets highlighted in your chat. That's all.
It was a long old journey. What just happened?
I have no idea.
You broke something.
The boat just suddenly shunted to the left.
That's probably something that did that.
I stood here and the whole boat dipped to the left.
Exactly how heavy is your character?
Yeah, I don't know. Must be a real life simulation.
Too many mince pies. Is this the new pink Renault T? Pretty much.
Dummy.
You want to get an audio notification?
I love how I stand around and it says that I'm phone.
I know, right?
Maybe, well, you're going to need a third-party program for that, aren't you? Maybe Chatty does it, I'm not sure.
Nearly there.
So if you, well, the fuel burn should be the same because the engine RPS, actually the engine RPS is down to 17 in high gear, so it would be slightly better. Like, I need a microcontroller that measures the fuel burn. But I think the best it could do, I could write a microcontroller that took a sample, it was like a rolling average of fuel burn. So it would look at the fuel being, it would look at your current fuel, then look at the fuel again in a second, and then again in a second, and it kind of averaged the trend that way. And then you could put a digital display, and it would give you a rolling average of fuel burn, and that would actually be quite useful. Zerb, many people said this would never fly, but this thing is a beast. You just need some styling on the back, which I can do. And then it'll look good. It's better to try and make it work first though, and then style it afterwards, I think. I don't know what you mean, Force. Oh, you on about what Manglesoft is doing at SCS?
I reckon we'll give that a try.
Going down.
Tequila, how you doing? Let's fly a bit of solar rig and see if there's anything on it.
Back to full length. Need a hand?
I think
No, it's empty.
you may need to come forwards.
Forwards.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know if Chatty does it. Chatty's quite configurable. I don't know if it can be programmed to make a noise if it sees something in chat.
But only
That's where I'd have a look, though.
I've completely powered down. It's just rolling now.
There's a small connector on the end of it,
Yep.
and I've got a shark with me. Wonderful.
Think of the sharks, Tommy. They need to eat too.
Shut up, Snugs.
No.
That's one bite in the gum. Yeah, getting dragged away by
No, Tequila. A Huey's a lot harder.
getting dragged away by the sharks.
Oh, okay. How deep is that? I might be able to come down with scuba.
I think it's about 100.
Not too deep.
Thing is, Revolver, the weather's meant to be bad in this game.
Ever Society as well.
That's why it's called Stormworks.
You got rid of the sharks now.
Yeah, just using
Nope.
keyboard.
Okay.
Sharks are surrounding the anchor. It's almost like they're programmed to follow the mission.
Right, I'll come on back.
Add one more winch on there, it would work perfectly.
Well, I'll back up a bit and see if that helps.
Are you trying to retrieve this anchor?
Yeah. Slow down.
I've stopped. Well, I'm still moving because of the sea,
no,
but I have
the
stopped.
gearboat road.
Yeah, I'm pretty certain it does,
Do one
Hilo.
more winch and
Pretty
that
certain
would
it'll
be
handle it.
absolutely perfect. No sharks creeping in, dragging their wagon.
Go away, sharks. No one likes you.
Yeah, I don't know if that's going to happen, Yoshi. I don't think it's on a priority.
I don't know whether Paul would have more success connecting this up, but
Yeah, I can't get down that deep because of the. I didn't put more diving gear on. Really must do.
My winch isn't long enough.
the connector and the anchor is about 4 meters away, but it's just not long enough.
345 would be enough.
Six would have done it.
Well, the only thing we can do is refit and then come back again, but it's going to take another 15 minutes just to get out this far.
Yeah, and the sharks are not helping. Like they're making a reasonably impossible mission next to impossible.
Whoa. My game just literally Alt F4.
Yeah, I'm waiting for server.
Yeah, I'm flying along and it just went boom and quit.
That's what happened
Wow.
to mine earlier.
Not even a, you know, oh, this program's not responding. It just threw me to the desktop.
Computer says no.
You're not joking?
Don't suppose you want to turn the sharks off before you reload it if you're going to reload it.
I think I might as well call it a night there, given it's 10:15.
Yeah, can do.
Well, that was unexpected. Sorry about that, guys. That was crazy. Right, well, I shall be heading off. Let's have a quick look at the schedule. So tomorrow I'll be live 5 o'clock again. And then on Saturday, we've got the ETS2MP, which will start at around 5-ish, roughly. Is that my beard from November? I never had a November beard. So thank you for watching. I hope you had fun. And I shall be back tomorrow at 5 o'clock. Hope you have a Revolver. I will be playing whatever I want to play. Thank you. I don't know, Connor. I'll see what I'm in the mood for tomorrow anyway. Anyway, guys, hope you have a great Friday. I suspect a lot of you, that'll be the last day tomorrow, and then you'll be off for the holidays, which is just hype. Steam sale is now on, so you might want to go and check that out. Other than that, have a great Friday, and I'll see you all at 5 o'clock tomorrow. Do you want to say goodnight to stream?
Good night, everyone.
Good night, everybody.
Thanks to Jack and Sammy for joining me, and to the mods for a splendid job as usual. Take it easy, guys. Love you all. Good night.